All right, so I'm just here at Quest Diagnostics. Basically, for any of you men out there, Quest Diagnostics, and for any of you men out there who are looking to figure out, it's in the middle of a fucking shop, looking to figure out, like, hey, how are your testosterone levels? How is your cholesterol? How are your lipids? All of these types of things, all these biomarkers that will actually help you to be better. And not only that, but if your testosterone levels are through the floor, which mine aren't, or they weren't the last time at least, we'll check this time. Maybe I need some TRT or something like that. And often I find for many of us, we can ignore a lot of this. Or you wait till it's like, oh, I'm in pain and suffering, and now I go to the doctor and they're like, oh, look at this. Whereas my goal is to make sure I'm doing this at least once every 6 months, and in that way I can track it and keep myself top of my game. Who doesn't want that? Like, who doesn't want that? And so I this full panel, I'll walk you through the whole thing once I get the results. But I think it cost me, I think it was like $220. It was $220, I think, total. And I have so many different things getting done that I don't even really know. I can't even list them all to you. Testosterone, estrogen, lipids, cholesterol. I need to see what else the other things are. All different ratios. Anyway, but the reason I know about this is because I actually was talking. I love talking to people in the gym. And then I ask them questions. And if somebody's more ahead than you, and you can see that, if you're lucky, you can actually get information from them about all of this stuff. So I didn't know anything about this until I decided to make some changes in my life around going to the gym consistently. And then I would just ask people like, hey, Mr. fucking 250, you absolute monster. Tell me a little bit, how did you get there? What did you do? Are you taking supplements, protein? Are you taking testosterone? What's worked for you? What hasn't? Oh, where you get your blood work done? Okay, cool. Where do you get that done? Oh, cool. And you'd be shocked at the amount of people that have so many resources that can actually help you to be better. And I was actually thinking about, trying TRT, and I was like, my testosterone levels are great. So why fuck with the system if it's already good? And I don't know if it's down to like doing martial arts and jiu-jitsu, but something's working, right? I'm 35 right now. Typically after 40 though, it starts going downhill. And you know what? This is another thing. I hate needles. Like, I hate needles. And I've really been trying to wrap my head around to tell myself, like, I'm fine with needles, like I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a man, and I can handle it. But God help me, nearly every time, I'll never forget this. I used to be fine, and we get, I'm not going to get into a vaccine thing and stuff now, but like, I remember being a child getting a vaccine in my arm, and I could feel it coming into my arm, and I could feel all of this, whatever it was, I can't even remember, getting pushed in. I could feel it going in, and I fainted. And after that moment, every single time that I would get an injection, I would faint. And so I don't like getting needles, especially when your one is pulling. She must have had 10 vials of blood. I'm there just like, don't look at the blood, don't look at the blood. And she's like, hey, can you check this, please, to make sure your name's on this correctly? I'm like, yeah, Luke Gavin, that's fine. And so anyway, I just want you to know that, like, just because you're scared of something, that doesn't really mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean you don't do it. And in fact, I've really trained myself over the years that when I feel afraid, move forward. Like, in a worst case, when I feel afraid, fall forward. As long as you're moving forward and not turning around on yourself, because it's only your own progression. And I remember reading before, can't remember the name of this guy, but it was basically talking about, like, imagine how fear unlocks energy for you. Like, there's like pockets of fear that is all in your energy that is effectively taking up space. And when you can actually conquer that, you regain that space. And when you do that, you get more energy. And so it's more empowering for you. And I notice a lot of people, like, who even whether they talk poorly on themselves, they are, saying things, I am this thing, right? I am introverted, I'm very shy. It's like, but you have learned those things. You can learn social skills. You can learn to talk better to people. You can learn to talk to girls. And in this day and age, there couldn't be any more of an opportunity for you to do so. And in all of that, right, it's like, well, hey, if I want to really care about myself, how would I do that? Right? I went through a phase of relationship to relationship to relationship. And then I realized that I was really being afraid of being by myself. And so some people, they say, oh, I'm by myself, I feel so lonely. It's like, you need to build a relationship with yourself. You need to love yourself. What does that mean? It means you need to be healthy. It means you need to know what makes you tick. You need to develop yourself more. You need to, in my opinion, you need to be fit. You need to be healthy. You need to eat clean-ish, right? 80% of the time. You need to test yourself. And the more that you can push through these boundaries, like if you're someone who's like, oh my God, I've got no friends. I'm going to the gym though, but my life is shitty. I would be suggesting you to start learning social skills and pickup skills with girls, and get rejected multiple times. Stop a girl on the street and just say hi. Right? Like, hey girl, blue t-shirt. Huh? And if she stops to talk to you, then boom, you got to go 3 or 4 more minutes, right? And then go with it. And so all of these little things, like I'm saying, is build your own relationship with yourself. Figure out what makes you tick. And I can promise you that the more you get in touch with yourself, you'll magnetically attract people to you. And so let me know. Do you think I'm mad? You think I'm making no sense here, or is this something that you'd like to know more about? Please let me know in the comments below. Hope you're having a good day.